Hello everybody, got a really special house to show you. I know I do say that a lot, but I'm really in love with this property today. We're in the village of Mladinovo. This is the house here, just a short drive to Sviningrad. The price on this one is 58,500 lev, and it is special. Someone that's looking to be a lot more self-sufficient, someone who's really keen on gardening, you're just going to love this house. There's not a lot to dislike about it. We're very close to the village centre. You can see that sign there says stop in 50 metres. At the end of that road, there's the main road into the village. It's not a busy road, get a couple cars going past, and yeah, just a minute or two you're up into the centre there where you've got a few shops. There goes the bus. But yeah, you've got a few shops. There's buses to town every day as well, actually. A few shops, mayor's office, post office. But the house is amazing and the garden is just incredible. We've called it Pomegranate House because you'll see that half the garden is like a pomegranate farm, but you've got everything here. You've got peaches, they're coming on nicely, onions, some lovage and mint growing down there, fig trees, bay trees, pomegranates, you've got apples, pears, apricots here, beautiful flowers, these beautiful peonies coming out. They've already planted their cucumbers and tomatoes. They are using the garden at the moment, but it's ready to move right in. Paperwork's ready with this one. You've got just sour cherries, and here is your pomegranate farm. I didn't ask how many plants there were. Just starting to come out into leaf now. They're very late starting. Everything else is all green, and the pomegranates are pretty much the last thing here to green up. And he's not sure if all of them are going to make it. It was a very cold winter, and they're not very old plants. I think he might have lost a few. But even the ones where they're not coming out on the top yet, you see they're starting to come out at the bottom there. Got some new shoots. Anyway, you might want to keep that, you might not. Everything is irrigated, which is great. You might see this black pipe running around. You've got pipes here. You've got dessert grapes running around a lot of the boundaries, and everything's irrigated. So you've got free water here from a nearby lake, which lasts all summer. And it's all connected up, all installed with filters and everything. And that's what's watering the garden. And it's great, you know. It's full of nutrients as well, full of everything you need. So much better, and obviously saves you a lot of money instead of using metered water to keep your stuff growing. You've got pear trees, apple trees, apricots down here, huge cherry tree. If you spend your last penny buying this house, I know it's not cheap, but I think it's great for what you get. But you know, if you spend to the extent of your budget on this place, you're not going to go hungry this year. I mean, look at this, it's just going to be bucket loads of cherries. I'm going to try one now. That's actually pretty good. I didn't think they would be ripe yet, but that's pretty nice. Another week or two and it can be even better. More apricots over here. And there's the house. I'll keep walking you all the way around the garden. We're going to have a look at the barns. It's a 2-storey house with a huge attic space, loads of barn space, enough firewood to last you, I don't even know how many years, a long time. Masses of onions, probably about how many we eat in a year. Another cherry tree here. We've got more grapes running all the way along here, and again it's all irrigated. Huge run of potatoes, quince trees. Another great thing about the house is that it actually has it's on main sewage. So there's I'm trying to translate Bulgarian words to English words. I use the word canal for it, but it's like a large pipe that runs from the house down to this little shaft here, and then it runs down underneath the neighbour's garden and out to the road down below, where it's into the main sewage. The elderflowers coming out, that's something we want to try in the next week or so, is making some elderflower champagne. All these grapes. Half the houses around are lived in, half them aren't. This one's empty, the one down in front's empty, the one across the road's empty, the one behind, there's an old lady that lives there, and I think the one down on that bottom corner over that way, I don't think it's lived in. I think he said they come for the weekends, I think he said. You can see there's loads more persimmons over there, Sharon fruits, persimmons, Rajski jabolka is what they call them in Bulgarian. You have got an outside toilet here as well. Just more of everything. Walnut trees, more apricots, more pears, strawberries. While I'm in the garden, I'm going to show you the barn. I'm going to show you around the outside of the house. It's a really well built house. It's nice to see. You've got the whole thing's made out of local granite, concrete and red brick. And as you can see, there's big concrete rings running around the top and top of the second floor, top of the first floor. Big concrete lintels over the doors and windows, which is nice. There's no cracks. It is absolutely solid, this thing. And you've got this little stretch here as well, so you've got a driveway behind the house. You can drive in straight off the road there. As I was saying about enough wood to last you for years, I'm just going to make notes of it. There's a big pile in that doorway there. You've got, I don't know, I would say easily 3 or 4 tons there. And then you've probably got another 10 or 12 tons inside this barn. Another couple of tons outside over here. Have a look inside the barn. Again, really well built barn. It's all granite, red brick, concrete rings. So much wood. I mean, that's quite a few stacks deep. And all this too. And that goes back a long way. Still got a cherry in my hand, so I'm going to eat this. I picked 2 back. This might not show up so well, but hopefully the picture you'll be able to see a little bit better on the website. As I said, it's all granite walls. You can see a bit of light through the roof, but it actually looks like a decent roof. I don't think you need to replace it, just do a few repairs. As I wind through this narrow corridor because it's so heaving with timber. No, you're not going to see in this one at all, but another room the same kind of size, maybe 4 by 4, 5 by 5. Perfect for conversion, perfect workshops, storage space, all that kind of stuff. Make an amazing guest house. And we're a long way into this video and I've not even got to the house yet. So here you've got the lake water. This is these outside taps here. And like I said, that's turned on usually from about March, April, May time, usually till October, when you need it. Beautiful lilies. I'm going to start downstairs, show you around. So as you come in, nice large entrance room here. Before you even get to the hallway, so this has obviously been added on underneath the staircase, underneath the balcony. And here you've got your bathroom, washing machine and toilet, and a shower and a boiler too. So I always like to try and pick out the positives and the negatives. The only real negatives is that I can smell a little bit of damp down here. I can see a little bit around the bottoms of the walls. I don't think, you've got wooden floors here where I'm standing. You might be able to see there in that doorway. I think sadly that they've put wooden floors down on the original earth floors. I think over the years of it not being lived in, that damp's just starting to rise. You can see here the laminate's warped. So I think you might end up wanting to dig out the floors, or at least rip them all up, see what's underneath. But I think you're probably going to want to dig out the floors and damp proof. Other than that, there's really not a lot to say negatively about it. You are ready to move in. You know, you've got a kitchen here, everything's included, wood burners, fridge, cooker, microwave, You've got new double glazing windows throughout the whole of the downstairs, and wooden windows on the upstairs, which are actually in pretty good condition. Yeah, so all the furniture is included, whether you want it or not, but there's a lot of really useful things here, a lot that I would reuse. So it's 4 rooms downstairs, excluding the hallway. I mean, 4 main rooms coming off the hallway, not including the bathroom, not including the entranceway. Second room through here. And every single room in the house has access to the chimneys. As you can see there, the wood burner runs up there. Here's your storage. Oh, there we go. It's your walk-in larder. I was asking him what they call this room. He said a word that sounded very much like a cellar. It's not, the Bulgarians don't use the word cellar for cellar, the word is mase, but they said something like, he said something like cellar, or I can't remember now. But it's really cool in here, and you can see I was saying about the concrete floors on the upstairs. You can see here, reinforced concrete throughout the whole thing. So like I said, it's solid. There's no cracks in any of the walls, above any of the doors. I've not noticed any anyway. This is the doorway leading out towards the barn. That was blocked up with wood. But yeah, what I was saying is this is on the back side, the north side of the house, and it's really cool in here. It's getting on for 30 degrees out there today, and it's really nice and cool. You've got a really nice stone floor there. They've done with old terracotta bricks too, which I like. And I'll show you the last room downstairs. This is the old original kitchen, which they're not using anymore. Another door there towards the outside and towards the road where we first started. And only an outside staircase, but there is so much room in the house, you're not going to be worried about losing a bit of space in this hallway to put something in. It's not a bad job to do. The other option with somewhere like this is the fact that it's large enough to be 2 separate flats. You can have an upstairs where I think a lot of people will be very comfortable living on one floor, and having the second floor for guests or for rental accommodation or workspace. And this is also another really special, amazing selling point to the house. You've just got beautiful rolling hills over that way. Lots of greenery. It's not farmed, it's all just wild space. And my camera doesn't ever pick up how good the views are. I'm going to try and zoom in to show you. I mean, it looks a bit more like that from where I'm standing. It doesn't look so distant, but you can see the Rodopi Mountains over there. It's actually a pretty clear day today, but my camera just does not do it justice. You've really got to be here to appreciate it, but you can take my word for it. It is an amazing view. I'd be so happy sat out here having a cup of tea in the morning. It's a great balcony space. It's a decent size, needs some railings around it maybe. I didn't mention here you've got kiwis. Kiwis are a much better option for growing a shaded seating area around the house because they don't attract wasps as much. They're very fast growing. They generally give a better coverage in my opinion. And so yeah, I can even see kiwi fruits starting to form. You're going to get plenty of kiwis this year. As I said, you're not going to go hungry. These hallways are massive. They're bigger than your standard hallways. The rooms feel a bit bigger. I think maybe because the ceilings are so high. You've got 3 metre high ceilings. Another 4 rooms coming off. Where shall I start? We'll go to this room first. I guess this is what I might call a master bedroom. I'm not sure. Nice old sewing machine. Larder sewing machine. Wow. Looks like the same logo as the cars. So this is actually one big room. They've blocked it off. He's made this partition here to turn it into 2 rooms. It might be more obvious from the other side, but if you take out that wooden panelling, you've got a huge open living space, and that's probably what I would use it as, maybe as a living room, because out of these windows, I know you can't see very well through the net curtains, but again, just those same views that you get from the balcony. Second room across the hallway. Again, clean, good condition. Lights are working. You might well want to rewire somewhere like this. You know, the electrics are not up to the Western standards that we're used to, but it does all work. You've got electrical sockets. Again, access to the chimneys. Nice wooden doors and door frames. Third room upstairs. And here you might sort of get a bit more of a better idea for that panelling, so you can see it was one large room originally. And yeah, it would make an amazing room again. As I said, you've got the original wooden windows, but they're in great condition. The outside, not so much. They have been varnished on the inside more recently. They're definitely savable. And while I'm here, I'll just show you this barn a little bit. You can see the roof is very straight. Great condition. A couple of little chip tiles, but nothing to worry about. Last but not least, the loft space. So you've got this room here. Again, you can see above, concrete ceilings. The internal walls are brick as well, terracotta brick. And this slightly rickety wooden staircase, which I'm going to take it quite easy on. I'm going up with one hand. I feel a little bit uneasy coming up it, but I've done it twice already. Hang into the loft space, which is enormous because it's the whole footprint of the house. You've got these windows inside, so it's quite light. It's not too hot up here, surprisingly. I thought it would be warmer. Maybe it's just getting a bit of a draft through the windows, maybe. You can see the two chimneys. You can see all the roof. It looks in pretty good shape. There's a couple of little damp patches, which I'll try and show you. Looks to be around the chimney, and that's normally the problem. They don't, you know, metal flashing's a fairly new thing over here. So it's usually just a bit of lime slapped around the base, and they're difficult to seal and water does get in. I'm looking for more obvious damp patches. I mean, I'll probably look around this chimney, maybe I'll find the same. This one doesn't look too bad. No, this one looks fine, to be honest. A little bit of light coming in a couple places, probably just dislodged tiles, cracked tiles. It doesn't need a new roof. You're going to be absolutely fine. The very most, you want to take off some tiles, maybe replace a little bit of the damp wood. But even as it is, just with a bit of a repair, you're going to be fine for many years. You've actually got a little hatch here where you can escape up onto the roof. Usually on these big houses they often do that because it's hard to get up on the outside of the ladder. You can climb straight up through that way. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here because it's probably one of the longest house videos I've ever done, but like I said, there was so much to show you. It'd be easier for me to climb back down as well if I stopped filming. So thanks so much for watching. If you've got any questions, please get in touch via Facebook, via our website. All the links are in the description. Leave us a comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, see you really soon in the next video.